Hey friends, Marty up north. Hope everybody's doing okay. It is hot today. For some of you folks who live in the southern US or maybe overseas and other places, the 100 Fahrenheit is nothing uncommon for you guys, 30 Celsius. But right now it's about 26 degrees Celsius here. I'm in the shade in my backyard and it is hot. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't even feel like hiking. In fact, I kind of feel like going for a little kayak ride or something like that, but to be determined. Anyways, the reason for this video, you saw the title. I want to announce the winners of the third annual Marty Up North contest. And I know that sounds a little bit pretentious and narcissistic to have a contest for people to come hike with me, but it's a fun thing to do. You run out of creative ideas on YouTube and challenges, and so the contest was something I came up with a couple of years ago, and it's a fun thing. And this year, more than any, I was absolutely impressed. I mean, I created a playlist and I put the entries on there. 17 people took time to do a loadout video, and kudos to all 17 people, because I've been doing this for a long time, but I think a lot of them realize that it's not easy to put yourself in front of a camera and to shoot something sometimes in one shot, and you have an idea of what you want to talk about, and as you're filming you realize that you're not going with your script or whatever. But everybody did fantastic. I enjoyed watching all the loadouts, seeing what people have for gear, where they hike, learning about their personal stories a little bit, and so forth. Now, I'm an engineer, of course, and I wanted to make sure that my winners were picked in an objective way instead of a purely subjective way. You've seen in many other videos in the past where I do charts or tables or things like that. So for this one, I created a little chart that I'll put up on the screen here in a second. And on the so what I did is I thought of 5 factors on which I would rank each video. So the 5 factors were the gear itself. So the gear includes what your gear is, how familiar you look with your gear, how appropriate it is, and how you presented your gear. The other one was experience, trying to figure out the experience of people. And then there was a category called fit geography. There's a plane going overhead, but I'm not going to pause. And fit was, and geography was, do I get the sense that somebody had hiked in the mountains? Would they get along with the other people? Because this is a group thing and we keep expanding the group, and so coming on a hike, people do need to get along. So there's the fit geography factor. Geography being, if I selected somebody but they were far and not likely to come here, so I had to weigh that in. And then, of course, I had, because I'm a videographer and it was a challenge, there was a originality aspect and a quality aspect. And so for each one of those categories, I gave a 0 to 10 ranking, not too many 10s and nothing really below 5. And then I added them all up. And then in my mind, I had a thought that if there was a tie for the top, that the factors that were more important to me were definitely gear and experience, above all else. I mean, so the table is there in front of you, and you can see, so the cat's out of the bag. The winner clearly is James and Carlin, but I think the brainchild of that one was Carlin. That was a really fun video to watch. You guys have a nice chemistry together, and I had the opportunity of hiking once last year with James on an aborted hike, one that didn't turn out too good, but those 2 guys are from the Red Deer area. I know one of them, we seem to anyways, they came out on top. There's a couple of second and third places there. It was very close. I think the deciding factor was geography in some cases, and things like that. So anyways, congratulations to James and Carlin. And the deal is, like I said before, I'll reach out to you guys, and I don't know what the trip is going to be, but we're going to come up with a trip in the coming months. Last year's trip was a visit to Lake of the Falls and Landslide Lake, and on the trip I commented that it was a pretty tough trip and that we'd have to make next year's trip tougher. So that's one of the challenges we need to come up with, and that was one of the reasons some people on, I was maybe hopefully not too critical, but the experience level had to be up there because I want to make this trip, this contest, an opportunity for everybody to get better, to make a better video, and for myself and the winners to challenge ourselves to a really hard trip, harder than last year's. And I have something in mind, but I'm not gonna reveal that secret. But to everybody else who entered the contest, absolutely, I want you folks to keep reaching out to me if you happen to be coming through, and I'll reach out individually on in some of the cases, but if you happen to come through Alberta, give me a couple of, give me a few weeks of notice. If you got a trip planned, I'd love to tag along with a trip that you might have planned. If you want suggestions, give me a buzz. I'll provide suggestions, and keep an eye out on this channel. I do it every year, a couple of times a year, no matter what. I still organize a little hike somewhere. I'll put out a notice or a video saying, hey, next month I'm going hiking such and such a place. Let's meet in a parking lot. So keep an eye out for those. There are no guarantees of anything anyways. COVID is still the way it is, and other circumstances can happen. But I'm just looking at notes. Thank you everybody for entering. It's not an easy thing to do. Congratulations to James and Carlin, and stay in touch, everybody. This is a wonderful experience. I don't want to ramble on. Anyways, so much happiness right now. Thanks everyone, and this is Marty saying, get off the beaten path, and hopefully I'll see you on the trail.